But it's
There,
all
now
about
it's stuck. Okay, welcome to fucking URGSpeaks, the only podcast where we fucking like come up with it on the fly.
exactly.
Drago,
Uh,
tell us about the thing.
Yeah. So I finished.
should we introduce ourselves? We should introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I'm Drago.
Should we?
I mean, fucking, it's a podcast. We gotta be
All right.
official, man.
All
These
right.
we're not
I'm
co-host. We're all co-hosts. We're all hosts and co-hosts. Cause fucking I don't know, man.
I'm Mike.
What's your favorite
Drago.
JoJo character in the fucking first universe?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Jotaro.
All right. Drago, what about you?
Polnareff.
That's Drago, by the way.
Yeah.
You need to
He's-
Who
introduce
are
yourself.
you?
Who
He
are
also
you?
said,
Who are you, and who's your favorite JoJo character in the first universe?
Drago and Polnareff.
And I'm Lemon, and my favorite characters. Fuck, I didn't think this through.
I'm Mike, and my favorite character is Josuke.
Wait, that. Mm,
Already after a terrible start.
yeah, I probably should have thought this through. Don't worry, I'll just edit it. Probably Abacho. I like Abacho a lot. My name's Lemon. I like Abacho mostly because I like his fucking weird trench coat design.
All right. So yeah, I just
You just fucking
so
finished reading part 6 in like less than 24 hours.
yeah. When did the final episode of Part 5 air?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So right after that ended.
Right after that, you started reading, and it has it like. Hold on. We could look right now and see when it happened. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. You started reading part 6 at yesterday at 10:54 a.m. for me, which was like
Which is
12:54
for him.
a.m. for you, yeah. And it's like
Yeah.
it's about to be 24 hours since you fucking just finished.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
So for me,
How?
I did. I think I started at around like 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped at and then I started reading at around 7. Didn't stop.
I'm impressed. I'm just fucking I am in
Yeah.
shock and awe.
And
Mhm.
I stopped at around 1:20.
Fucking Christ. Since the end of part 6, and the beginning of part 7, the beginning of part 7 is an alternate universe. That's not technically a spoiler unless you mention what happens at the end of part 6, but we're not going to mention that until we get into the part 6 section. But since this is the end of universe A, we're just going to go through your entire journey so far, Drago,
Okay.
from part 1
Yeah.
to part 6.
Which
From part 1.
can I just say that if you just read JoJo's like the entire way,
If you
you
read
we
JoJo, you'd
wouldn't
be fucking caught up by now.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It took you like a month to finish part 3.
Well, that was
Fucking
because
fuck you a month to finish part 3. That was like 2 months.
I just kept putting it off.
Yeah, I mean, fucking yeah, I do that with anime too. But like, you could just read like a fucking insane person.
But I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, I get it. Watching it is fun, but like, if you had read it, you'd be fucking where I am right now and feeling crazy with me at part 8.
All right.
Anyways, how do you feel about part 1?
It's simple, but it's great. Great baseline.
Simple fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Dio in that one, different is definitely different than later Dio.
As he fucking like bites the head out of a dog and puts it on the dude.
Yeah, but also like, it's weird, you know. Yeah, I first watched it when we had the rabbit session, and then you were like, "Hey, we're making you watch JoJo." I'm like, "Okay."
That entire rabbit session was, we're gonna convince as many people as possible to watch JoJo by showing them the first episode of
I've only heard like bad shit about it. Like everyone's just
Tumblr.
like, "Nah, don't watch JoJo. That shit's
shit's
whack."
gay.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot too.
I remember like I was playing with you and I was playing Bloodborne with you and RT, and not with you, but I was playing it while you two were doing something else. And all I remember is you leaving like, nah, I don't want to fucking hear none of that JoJo shit. And RT's like, man, that sounds stupid. And then you come back like a month later and it's like, I have finished fucking Phantom Blood and I'm watching part 2 right now.
Yeah, and it took me a while after I watched that because I'm like, oh, this actually doesn't look too bad. Eh. And then I went back afterwards. I'm like, okay, I have to watch every single part of this. And I watched it, and I was like, isn't it the second episode where everything burns down?
No, that's third episode.
No, that's yeah.
Third episode?
Yeah.
At first I was like, man, this story seems pretty short. Wait, it's only 3 episodes. Over.
What the hell? I just ended after 3. Why is there 24 episodes in this
I don't know
season?
why. I
Wait,
don't know.
Dio's dead already?
Dio's dead already.
And that was kind of like its own self-contained plot, and it was really neat. Wait a second, I'm an idiot. There's supposed to be a whole bunch more shit.
And then fucking dude with a hat comes out of nowhere and punches a frog.
Yeah,
I was just
then,
like,
like stabs Pinky into you and just like, you can breathe better now.
No, I looked at it and I was just like, wait a second, how are they gonna go from here? It's like, oh yeah, just some random dude showed up. Yeah, I heard there was like vampires in the area. I'm gonna train you. He's not actually dead, by the way, so
Yeah, your breathing's wrong.
Yeah, you've been breathing wrong this entire time. Here, let me help you.
yeah. And then after part 2, Hamon was never.
That's saved for the part 2 discussion. Part 1, very important.
Very.
Yeah, very important.
You two could talk about part 1 while I answer a call.
All right. What are your thoughts? Yeah, thoughts and characters.
Jonathan, definitely cool guy, very gentlemanlike.
He's the ultimate gentleman.
He's kind of like the antithesis of every other JoJo.
Yeah, like if Jonathan would be rolling in his grave to find out like all of his descendants are
Assholes.
like the opposite. Yeah, the only one who aren't assholes are like Giorno and Josuke. And Josuke's, he's Josuke's nice, but like still has that hint of asshole.
Josuke's the best one out of all of them, other than Jonathan.
And I mean Giorno. I mean, he never did any. Like he was just in a gang. That's it.
Giorno became a gangster, and he's now running a gang just with no drugs this time.
Yeah, I mean he's a gang star. But anyways, back to Jonathan.
Jonathan's cool.
Very straightforward way of doing things.
He's a very honorable dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also is an idiot. Where he just like he just takes shit.
He's just a big fucking beefhead.
Yeah.
Like in combat, like the other it's like pretty much the same durability, I guess, if you think about it. A little bit, whatever.
The durability of a JoJo is very varied sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you were to put like the brain of a later JoJo into Jonathan,
if you put the brain of a later JoJo into Jonathan, you get Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Joseph probably doesn't have as much strong as Hamon.
Yeah.
I'd say as a Zappelli.
Yeah.
But there's a little thing of Jonathan, like he just takes attacks head on and just gets hurt by them. Meanwhile, like every other JoJo's like, nah, I'm just gonna dodge that shit. And
fucking no, I'm not gonna get hit by this fucking bullet. What?
I'm
not gonna get hit by this spinning blade hat. What do you mean?
Fuck you, no.
Like no, I don't want to do that.
I'm also just
unless it's just like it's a whole part of my Keikaku to get hit to put you in a false sense of security.
Also, I'm not just gonna run up and just hit them really hard. I'm just not gonna do that. I'll die.
But part 1 has a lot of things that just happen, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah. like dire.
Or fucking Jack the Ripper coming out of the horse.
Yeah.
And like the
Well, that
fucking
random-
fucking like what? How many characters introduced like right at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
And then
did
that
Wamu do that exact
random
same thing? Horse.
Yeah, yeah.
vampire masks, but for horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that fucking random ass kid that did nothing.
That was there
And
for
then
no reason.
yeah, and then continued to do nothing. Like unlike Smokey, who like
He was
did
like
shit later on, that kid is just like
he was basically Smokey. That's the thing.
the kid might as well have not been there, and then nothing would have changed.
Yeah.
Like he's part one's version of Smokey, but like a worse version of Smokey.
Part one's great, but it's not very memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the most important parts.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Speaking
And
of speaking of the most important part, Robert E.O.
The
Speedwagon.
fucking best part of fucking part one.
Easily.
Love that guy.
Yeah, the dude really liked Jonathan, and then he
Yeah.
single-handedly saved his entire ancestral bloodline.
Yeah, he's responsible for
times.
saving every Joestar. Except
Yeah.
maybe Giorno, but that's a whole
Not
different
Giorno
thing.
at all.
Nah.
He didn't. Speedwagon had nothing to do with Giorno. It helps that they like barely even knew he existed,
Yeah,
Well,
Apollinaris.
and then also the place that he was trying to.
well, in a way,
Even if you
Speedwagon did help Giorno because if it wasn't, that's later. That's for later. I'll bring that up later.
All right, so yeah, Speedwagon. The only gripe I ever have with Speedwagon is why did you get rid of your cool razor blade hat?
Because he had to wear Zappelli's hat.
Yeah, it
And
was
you stick
honor
razor
his
blade
friend.
onto that then.
Nah, you gotta respect Zappelli's hat.
Yeah, man.
It's a cool fucking hat.
And then in part 2, he doesn't have it.
No, shut up. No, shut up, Mike. Don't mention that. No, shut up.
Because
He just dropped it somewhere. It's okay.
Caesar has it at like when he's first introduced, he has it.
Yeah, he gave it to Caesar. That's why he doesn't have it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll accept that as canon.
Speedwagon's great. He's definitely makes up for all of Jonathan's weaknesses. Like he's more clever than Jonathan. He also is willing to do shit that Jonathan won't be. Like when Jonathan hesitated to shoot Dio, he's just like,
Nah, fuck that shit.
He's like, nah, fuck that. Put a cap in his ass.
Speedwagon is such a weird character in part one.
Yeah, but he's also the best.
Yeah, because like he comes in, he's like a fucking robber, and he's I'm gonna fucking kill you, Jonathan Joestar, and then he fucking takes the blade and is like, oh my god, I respect you, and I will give up.
No.
I
He's
will
just
help.
like, guys, stop right now. He's look at him. Oh my god. Oh,
Look at
him. He's
look at
so
him.
cool.
He's so fucking cool.
I like how it's like the entire like Ogre Street is about to like kill Jonathan. Meanwhile, Speedwagon's like, I'll kill anyone, just like while lying on the ground bleeding. Like, I'll kill anyone who lays a finger on him. What are you gonna do?
He's like, no, don't you touch them. I'll fuck you up.
I'll
Don't touch him.
fuck you up real bad.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man?
What the hell, man?
Yeah. Also,
I
like
got that scar from messing around with Razor Hat.
Yeah.
throw it like this and shit. Act of Speedwagon when Jonathan and Irina are going to America for their honeymoon, and Speedwagon's like, America isn't really much for my taste. And then he went to America, became a billionaire in Foundation.
Yeah. The way part one ends too is weird because like finally Dio is dead and this terrible legacy is done forever, and then like he's on the boat and then Dio just shows up.
Yeah.
It's the best.
You burned away my body, but not my face.
Dio, how are you alive?
Also,
How
I
are
can
you
shoot
speaking?
lasers now.
Yeah, and then the boat exploded, and they were like, "Finally, Dio's dead, and his
And
legacy
his terrible
is gone."
legacy is done forever.
How did
And
he
then
get
the
there?
jump cuts to part 3.
How did
And then
get
when
into
Dio
it.
dies, it's like finally Dio is dead. This terrible
Terrible
legacy
legacy is
gone.
over forever.
And then, well, part 6.
I think I heard somewhere that like Arena for some reasons put both Dio's head and Jonathan's body in the secret compartment and then put herself in the other compartment of it. I'm
Fuck
like,
it, I have no idea how that happened, man.
I
That
don't
shit
know.
was straight up a retcon by Araki because they asked them, "Wait, Araki, how did fucking Dio with Jonathan's body get into the coffin that Erina fucking was safe on?" And he was
And
like,
he was just
I
like,
I forgot. I forgot." He
yeah.
was like, "I forgot."
He's like, oh, I did that? Oh, man.
He was just like, "I forgot. I'm sorry."
now let's move on to one of my favorite parts, part 2.
No, part 2's great.
It's great.
Yeah, he's just going to skip over Zappelli.
Zappelli wasn't that big in part 1.
Yeah, he was in there for like what, 2 episodes? 3 episodes?
Zappelli's legacy is important for the first 2 parts of JoJo, but after that, like, Zappelli barely has anything to do up until part 7, which you'll learn soon enough.
Yeah. You'll
Remember,
learn
Araki
way later.
Araki says it a lot that with Zappelli, he did not do what he wanted to do with him with his relationship with Jonathan.
Because it's just like, okay, here's your hormone. Okay, now make sure you don't spill this wine glass. Okay, does it? Okay, now we're gonna go here.
All right,
Okay,
now your training is complete.
And now Tom Petty, aka Tom Petty, fucking told me I'm gonna die and I'm gonna die now.
yeah.
And then Dyer showed up and then died in like the
Dyer
same episode.
showed up, did nothing, and then died.
What about that guy who has a Thundercross split attack?
What?
Fucking you fool! You fell for it, and then he got his fucking legs frozen and annihilated, and he died.
Yeah, and
He
then
got
they put his
frozen. He
head
got
on a bed of
flash
roses.
Fucking
Roses with his mouth.
Man, why don't all the Yamen users just like die, give Jonathan their Hamon,
Yeah.
and then he wins? Just do that. Everyone
all the
die.
hormone users. Okay, I'm gonna have you all kill yourselves and then give
We're about
you
to
all...
human transmutation this bitch. Come on.
So I can't. I don't know if I can find it, but I have a picture of. Oh, I found it.
Oh boy. Hamon is more bullshit than stands are, because what the fuck is Hamon even?
It's supposed to be. It's kind of like Key. You know Key.
Yeah,
It's
It's sunlight powered, but it just keeps doing things every time Araki wants it to do things.
Yeah, but
I said it in JoJo spoilers.
JFK, no!
it never misses.
You fool! You fell for it.
Undercross split attack.
Oh no.
And Tom Petty, Dyer, and Straits, I think they were they're not good characters in my opinion.
Yeah.
They just show up and they're just like, hey,
they're not characters.
Yeah, they
yeah, exactly. That's the point.
They had no point in showing up.
Except to introduce Straight. So like, hey, I'm gonna be a vampire now if you don't mind.
I'm gonna be a vampire later.
Just don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yada yada yada. Speedwagon controls coolly. Yada yada yada. Whatever.
All that shit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, part 2 is good.
It's good,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like easily the most standalone part.
Yeah. Which is why when we were doing that first just watch JoJo and trying to convince you, we showed you do it because it has literally nothing to do with anything.
It doesn't. Like it shows the adventures of Joseph, but it's really not plot relevant at all.
It's really not.
The same could be said for most of part 5.
I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, but part 5 is fucking really good.
Yeah.
It's like, so is part 2, but part 2 has problems.
Yeah.
Part 2, I do have to say Joseph a lot.
God, Joseph's the fucking best in part 2.
Yeah.
I fucking love him. Like his first appearance is like, okay, he's different from Jonathan. But then when he fucking straight so shows up and he's like, oh, is that some fangs I see in your teeth? And then he whips out a fucking Tommy gun and blows him away.
And then also
Yeah, that-
grenades and
Yeah,
shit.
that's Joseph's aura rush, the Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Also, the clackers being his signature move.
Joseph
and all,
is just a fucking dumbass who just does stupid shit and it's great.
He's like the
his
smartest
clackers.
dumbass.
If you think about it, if his signature move, right? You think he would have used it a bit more.
Yeah, it wasn't his signature move. He just fucking made it up
Yeah,
to
he
try
didn't
and
have any
scare away
signature
the
move.
fucking pillar man.
That's the thing
He
everyone
didn't have any
knows
signature
before,
move. He
though.
just made shit up as he went along.
Yeah.
The reason why he won is because of pure luck.
Yeah.
Joseph is great. Caesar,
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
he's okay.
he's alright.
Up until like a later part, he's the best Sapele.
Yeah.
Although I
Not
no,
a
Not
lot
really
of
much to go
contest
for.
until then.
yeah, no, not a lot of contests, but like for up until like later when you realize like Caesar is kind of not the best. Like
Yeah, like his death is emotional. It's like, oh, see,
his death is emotional, but it didn't need to happen.
It
Yeah,
didn't.
because out of nowhere,
Because
he
like
just
they were like good friends, and then Caesar's like, I want to go over there, and Joseph's like, no, and then he's like, fuck
Jonathan's
you.
like, hold on. No. Jonathan's like, hold on, wait a second. That's definitely a trap. You need to
No,
plan.
Jonathan is like nothing because he's fucking dead.
Joseph is like, hold on, we need to like step back, take a plan. You know, it's definitely a trap. You can't just go waltzing in there. No, eat shit, Joseph.
the
I'm
funny
Fuck
thing
you,
is
Joseph. Go die in a hole.
And then the funny thing is that it wasn't a trap, and the way he died was just kind of like, if you think about it, it was pure coincidence that that rock just so happened to fall on him.
That fucking cross-shaped rock.
Wow.
Look at this fucking symbolism.
Yeah, look at all this.
Definitely a character. What are your guys' thoughts on Lisa? I really don't really have an opinion on this.
She's
Lisa.
hot.
Yeah, that's true.
She's hot. That's about it.
You know, she's
Besides
cool
that, yeah.
and is supposed to be like the strongest Hamon user of the show at that point.
Yeah, but she fucking
No.
loses against cars because
But
she
she-
didn't cheat enough.
No, but see, the thing is, she was a woman in the '90s. They aren't allowed to do anything. You
But then
see?
Rocky married his wife.
But then Rocky married his wife around the time of I don't know.
Yeah,
I couldn't find it.
1977.
I couldn't find it.
So yeah, so Lisa's a character, pretty cool. Also, her being Joseph's mom, I was just like, oh, so that's the significance of the baby.
Yeah.
And like at the end of part one, I was just like, whatever happened to that?
What happened to that fucking baby?
Whatever happened? No, there she is.
Was that Joseph's dad, or was that like a girl, or was that like a boy?
Eh,
I don't know. Yeah, it was. It was.
It
Woman.
was,
And also,
totally.
Aaron was already pregnant at that time for somehow. So,
Which I'm really. I just kind of thought about it, but I'm really curious how Lisa was raised, because like
it actually explains that.
Does
She was raised by Tom Petty, I think.
What's she?
oh wow,
Up in the
Tom Petty
monastery.
actually does something. Wait a second, you're 50 years old. If you're 50 years old 50 years ago, then that means if
you were a baby 50 years ago, then how old are you?
then that means wait, you're 50?
Yeah. Fucking Hamon's crazy because Lisa is still alive by the end of part 6.
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they just called in Lisa for Dio problem, then
Yeah.
wow, it wouldn't.
Sure.
Yeah, she's
I'm
definitely
not
alive.
sure where it's said, but it said that Lisa is still alive by the end of part 6.
I mean, yeah, because she actually kept up with the Hammond training. If Joseph was still alive by then, Lisa for sure is still alive.
Yeah.
And Joseph was like nearly dead on fucking like.
Hmm.
Can't find anything on that.
I don't know, man, but she's alive. We know that.
Yeah. She certainly exists.
She is alive and doing things.
Whatever. Smokey, definite improvement over Beta Smokey.
Beta
Beta
Smoky
Smokey.
Point.
I wouldn't say
Smokey
he's even
Alpha.
an improvement. He's an improvement in that he shows up at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's more of a character.
Yeah, and he
Why
actually.
did Smokey show up to go kill the god
Yeah.
fucking Pillarman? I don't
I don't
know.
know. He was there at the beginning, and he was like, Joseph, you're like my best friend, so I'm coming back to help you take out the Pillar Man.
But why
Ooh, an
though?
average Joe. Well,
Because
he became the
Joseph is
mayor
his best friend.
of Georgia and the mayor of New York. So whatever.
I mean, we still gotta mention the best character part too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite Nazi.
Yeah, you knew what I was talking about. Fucking Stroheim's the best. Speedwagon.
Speedwagon. Trondheim's great.
Fucking Stroheim's the best Nazi.
That's
Part
Nazi.
part two is weird. Part two is really
Yeah.
fucking weird because like
Yeah,
the Nazis are the good guys.
Yeah.
The Nazis fucking show up to kill the fucking main villain at the end.
Yeah, it's just like it's like you're the bad guy.
Also,
It doesn't mean you're
You
the
know,
bad guy.
yeah. Look, all I'm saying is that the Nazis at the end they were on the right side of history.
like, because at first I was like, oh, look at this Nazi dipshit. Look, I hate this dude
He's such
already.
a fucking
And then-
asshole.
He like Santana goes into it and it's like, hold on, before I blow myself up with this grenade right here, there are 3 more Pillar Men. Goodbye. Explode. I didn't die.
Nah, I didn't die.
I lived, bitch.
I lived, bitch, and I'm a fucking cyborg. German engineering is the finest in the world.
Yes, all those cybernetic German engineering in World War II.
Could you imagine? Some fucking cyborgs in World War II.
I'm pretty sure that's just Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that is just Wolfenstein. You're right.
It's just Wolfenstein. And Stroheim, like with Joseph in the final battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I secretly hitched a ride.
It's so fucking weird.
How he's the one who has to explain everything. It's like, oh, he hardened the skin around him so the lava just it creates an oxygen barrier and like with his magnifying eye and shit.
You have no idea what Stroheim was doing at the end of part 2.
He died valiantly in the Battle of Stalingrad.
Yeah, he died in Stalingrad with like 7
I feel-
arms, each holding a gun.
I feel like the people that he was going against were just like, what the fuck is that?
What the
What
fuck?
is that? Get rid of him.
Get
Go
rid of
away.
him. Kill it. Fucking kill him.
Kill it right now. What is it? What did they do?
Ivan, bring out the tank. We gotta get rid of this dude.
He fucking. The gun he had was fucking
On
insane.
two.
He said something like 300 rounds per minute.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite antagonists, the Pillar Men.
Pillarmen are pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Never brought up again, but they're cool.
Yeah.
Which is again one reason why part 2 is like so standalone.
I mean, they're
Yeah,
like they're
because-
the direct upgrade to vampires.
Yeah.
They're the natural predator of vampires.
Yeah.
So yeah, Santana is still slumbering underneath the Washington Monument.
Yep, he's doing that. Under the oh shit, I never put that together.
Yeah.
Mike, you know what
No,
else
it's
is
not-
under the Washington Monument?
You might need to remind me.
At the end of part 7.
Oh, it's under the Washington Monument. It's under the White House.
Maybe.
It's under
Yeah,
the White-
I think that might be a connection. I never put that together.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I never put that
It's
together.
under the White House. It's under the White House, not the monument. It was
Oh.
under the White House, and then Wamu, favorite Pillar Man, cool ass
Of
dude.
course.
and
Whelma was also a fucking narwhal.
yeah,
Mm.
and then Cars, Ultimate Life Form Cars.
But what about ACDC? What about ACDC?
You mean ECDC?
Easy. SDC, he
Remember how
dude,
ACDC had blood that was as hot as lava?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Still
weird.
lost.
Yeah, it's
Then he
still
fucking
lost.
lost. But no, he
What?
didn't. He put his brain on fucking Joseph's back and he didn't feel it.
And then he possessed Susie Q.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
And then
No one
some fucking like 5-minute tangent on positive and negative hormone, and then fucking I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, and then like,
then, like,
you know?
successfully got him off there. It's like, hurry, Joseph, kill it. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. But why? Why? Well, he's kind of given up. The sun's rising, so what's the point?
I mean, you could just do it right now, and you know,
Yeah.
maybe
And he just holds his brain in his hand, and then it just fizzles away.
It's fucking alright.
Yeah, and then steals both the mask, the Redstone of Aja, puts it on, and then looks up into the lights without anybody noticing.
yeah. Hello, Lude.
Hey, Lord. The Redstone of
Introduce
Aja was
yourself.
kind of out of
Hey, here.
nowhere. Hey, Lud.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, Lud. What? Introduce yourself and who's your favorite? Who's your favorite character in JoJo before Part 7?
Okay. Oh, before part 7.
Yeah, introduce
Okay.
yourself and your favorite character.
I'm Lude. I'm the most degenerate person in the server apparently.
Yep.
Indeed.
I would agree.
And probably Okay. Before part 7 it'd have to be Rohan, but after it's probably Gyro.
Rohan's a good choice.
Yeah, Rowan is a good
Fucking
choice.
Jughead.
If not, then like I have a soft spot for ZZ. Was that his name?
Fucking who?
What?
The the guy with the monster car thing in part 3.
Fucking what?
Oh, what? That guy?
The what?
Yeah,
The
okay.
narrator?
Okay, wait. Let me explain.
Alright.
Well, explain when we get there.
Yeah, hold on. We need to wrap up
alright,
the part 2 talk, and then you
alright.
could fucking talk about what the fuck you just said.
Wait, okay. He's not my favorite character. I just have a soft
Hold on,
spot
part
for
2,
him.
part 2, part 2.
Part 2, fucking Red Son of Aja came out of nowhere.
Redstone of
Oh
Aja
god,
was definitely
here we go.
a MacGuffin that they couldn't destroy. Like
Dude, wait. Oh my god, my headphones split again.
Oh no.
Rocky was just like, it's like, oh shit, why don't they just destroy it? Oh shit, people can ask that. Why can't you just destroy it? Some prophecy.
Fucking whatever, man. I don't know.
It's like, why can't they just destroy?
I do like the idea of the Red Son of Aja because they fucking need it because their fucking heads are too fucking strong to be pierced by the mask again.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Ultimate Lifeform Cars, super cool. Joseph runs away.
Joseph runs away. That's the best fucking part of that shit.
He's now in space. He stopped thinking. Apparently, there's a light novel.
Yes, there's an unofficial light novel where Cars comes back from space and just starts getting everyone stands.
Yeah, 36 cars on
36
Mars.
cars on Mars.
36 cars on Mars, jeez.
I'm pretty sure they also like start getting stands that are not stands and they're called Beyonds and they're movie references.
Okay. Then and so we have 2 Pillar Men that are still alive.
Oh man. Okay, we'll get there when we get to part 5. I want to ask this.
I got faked out at the end of part 2 when they were like, "Oh, all the Joestar men always die at such a young age," and I was like feeling teary. He's like, "Oh man, that's so true, man. That fucking sucks." And then Joseph comes out of nowhere, and fucking
Joseph comes and crashes his own funeral.
Joseph crashes his fucking own funeral.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey guys, why are you so sad? Is this like some schmuck's funeral? What
Some schmuck's funeral."
No. When you think about it, because like George Joestar the First died. He died because of Dio. Then Jonathan died. Then George Joestar II died pretty
Yeah,
young.
like up to this point, I had no reason not to believe that Joseph was not fucking dead because he
Yeah,
fell
like-
from fucking
Well, no,
space.
he broke. The thing is, he
Yeah,
broke the
also-
pattern because he's adopted.
That makes sense.
Anyways,
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. The
So that makes all other JoJos not true JoJos because they don't die.
No, but
the
then they
reader
have
up
the
until this point has
birthmark.
no indication of like,
Well,
he's
except
going
for
to
the
come out of
funeral.
nowhere, because every single other time there was a Joestar, it's just like, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's fucking dead. Like straight
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
Like you
wait a
have
second.
no reason to believe that Joseph isn't fucking dead because he fell from fucking space.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he had a rock under him to protect him.
Yeah, the
So,
rock
like,
under
Yeah,
it.
of
and
course
then
he
there was
lived.
the ocean
He,
right
and
there.
he
Yeah.
didn't. Luckily, he didn't land on the. He didn't land in the ocean. Luckily, because he had a rock under him.
Yeah, and he spent like 3 months in
Much
Italy where
softer.
Lisa conveniently didn't come back to fucking like do some fucking errand or whatever.
3 months
Yeah, and
where
then
they
Susie
didn't
Q
plan
was
it
just like
through.
taking care of them the entire time.
Yeah, and they fucking
Conveniently not telling anyone.
yeah.
So the fact that they had his funeral 3 months after his supposed death.
Yeah, usually that's like
3 months.
I mean,
that's
I
at
like
least a month.
that's normal for most funeral like shit, but like the fucking Speedwagon Foundation's rich. Why didn't they just do it right away?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like to imagine they had 3 separate funerals every month.
They were just hoping.
They were just,
Yeah.
they were just waiting for him to show up.
This is the one I
He'll
know.
show up one day.
They were waiting for Joseph's final trick.
Yeah.
So how the hell did Messina live?
Who?
What?
Who?
Messina and Lodge, the trainers that trained Caesar and
I don't.
Joseph.
What?
The-
Who the fuck are
The
you
two
talking
big hat guys, yeah?
And the two
Yeah,
big
those
hat
guys?
guys.
What hat guy?
I thought they died.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they died from
One dude
ACDC, didn't they?
I thought
Well,
AC/DC
oh.
killed them.
Oh,
AC/DC killed the one by pulling out his lungs out through his foot or something. I don't know. And then the second one got carried off by Wamu into the building, and then you like see his dead body, like sitting on a table. It's like, oh, okay. And then he's alive at the funeral scene.
Drago, I have no idea what you're
I have
talking
no
about.
fucking idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, these characters don't mean anything.
They don't.
Yeah, and I'm the guy who brought up the monster truck guy.
Yeah.
The monster car thing.
You brought up.
I
the
don't know what
literal
you're talking
narrator.
about. Yeah. I brought up the guy who was the actual dick joke.
Anyways,
Big hat dude right
Anyways.
there. Big hat dude right there. He
Oh.
should be dead.
I have no idea
He
who
was
those
shown
I
people
don't.
are.
I didn't even realize he was there.
He was
I mean,
just
yeah.
alive for some reason.
Lisa, black guy, Smokey, that's his name.
Black guy.
sorry. Joseph, and
like I know what he looks like,
what is
but
he?
like I don't know his name. His name doesn't exist.
Legends?
When I saw that picture, the first thing I saw were everyone but him, and before I saw him, I saw the words in the background.
Like I remember him as Big Hat Guy. That's who he is.
Yeah, big
I'm pretty
hat
sure
guy.
I've
I don't know
seen
him at all.
like 12 different variations of that same character. Like he
Huh. He has like a
Anyways.
shiny form.
Whatever. He survived somehow.
Yeah, fucking what, a Hamon or something on the whole.
He might as well be.
another person that they didn't bring along with Dio.
Yeah.